So I know this is going to seem a bit facetious, and to some degree it is, but if you're having a slump, sometimes the best thing to do is just deviate from your regular process. I've been having a bit of a slow couple weeks. Basically ever since Christmas, I've been, I don't want to say dead, but pretty close to dead. And I've been doing everything in my power to fix it, but to some degree you just, you know, like there's not, I couldn't just go outside and work to make money. I have to find people willing to give me money to make money. I've been trying, I've been doing this, I've been doing that. But one thing that always seems to happen is every time I take a break from my regular routine and I go relax my mind a little bit, get away from my day-to-day, it always speeds up the process for some reason. It's kind of a joke, but it's not, when I say, if you're ever having a bad week in business or a bad couple days in business, sometimes the best thing to do is go fishing. Good job. That one, dude? That looked like a good one. Nice. That's it. That's a keeper, baby. Probably the best reds fishing I'm aware of is this little river right next to where the hog camp is. Me and my buddy wandered around the wilderness for a little while in the morning, and then about lunchtime headed out on the canoe and pulled some redfish. Real nice size ones. I still have one in a cooler I got to fillet up, so I'll try and get a little clip in there. Beautiful redfish. It's always good to deviate from the norm, go do something that relaxes you. For me, it's being off in the woods, a little bit of peace and quiet, do a little hunting, do a little fishing. It's amazing to me how every time I do that, I come back and things get busy again. There's no real rhyme or reason on how that works out. It's just maybe God telling you to go get a reset and get yourself back to a nice position. So before I went out to camp, my year was starting off pretty rough. I was not getting even remotely close to the amount of bookings that I am accustomed to or that I need to be a healthy business. I always find that when I go out to camp, it's like the whole world resets, which it could just be coincidence, could be mindset, could be the, you know, kind of like energy that I'm giving off to the world after I come back from a nice, enjoyable trip. I booked more dumpsters driving home from camp than I had the entire year before that. I came back on Friday, and between Friday and now, we went from every one of our dumpsters sitting in the yard, which, trust me, I'm embarrassed to say that, all the way down to one dumpster left, and that dumpster has a home on Friday. Very good weekend. Did work Saturday, did work Sunday, no days off. I always joke with people because I work 7 days a week. I just say that some days don't require me as much as others. So, you know, it's not like for 7 days straight I'm pulling 12-hour shifts in the truck. I just find a time and make it work for any given task that I got to get done. Working on filling up the schedule for next week now, and then, you know, as they come back this week, maybe find some homes for them. But it was, I'll be honest, it was pretty depressing doing all this work and not seeing any results. I've done a ton of work on the website, ton of work on the marketing side, getting a Google Ads guy, so I've been keeping an eye on that. I'm tracking my analytics a little bit more, so I am getting more detailed information of everything that's happening. Today, I get the pleasure of taking my son fishing, so I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun. He's been really looking forward to it. So this is one of the perks of being self-employed, and then also one of the perks of having a successful weekend is I can enjoy today rather than being all stressed out. Although I do need to keep my eye on the ball, make sure that those results continue, because if you take your eye off the ball for 1 minute, next thing you know, you're getting beamed with it, and it don't feel good. Wish I would have got film of that drop-off right there. It was an older guy. The guy wanted to hang out with me in the driveway the whole time, which is cool. I actually, I enjoy especially the enjoyable people. There are people that aren't as fun to be around, but I enjoy conversating with my clients when I pull up and they want to hang out in the driveway, watch the dumpster get dropped, chat about, what's going on with their project, what's going on with my business, all that stuff. It's a really good opportunity to leave a lasting impression. And he's a homeowner doing an insurance job. So amazingly, this is a job from the hurricane from forever ago, and he's just had a heck of a time getting insurance and FEMA and all these people to get a check cut and get work going. So I don't know exactly what took so long. I assumed all the hurricane work was long gone, but that's what this is. I didn't actually even know that this area flooded that bad. Up a little bit north of here, Port Richey, Hudson, that's where all of my efforts were focused, doing all the hurricane work last time. But it looks like they did flood out here in Tarpon as well. He's right next to a canal, so that does make sense. We're still getting a little bit of that hurricane insurance money coming in. This one is actually going to be a long-term rental for me. I don't generally like to do long-term rentals, but this is going to be a 2-week job, possibly another dumpster after the 2 weeks. We'll see where it goes. Might be a couple dumpsters in and out of his driveway. So another thing that I did over the weekend, probably 3 of 5 dumpsters were drop-offs for today. But once I get to the 24, maybe 48 hours, depending on the day, so like Sunday, if it's not delivered by Saturday afternoon, it's not going out on Sunday if there's a job for it on Monday. Almost never. There's very rare instances where someone will have, hey, I got an emergency, get me whatever you can get me, and sure, it's fine if you pick it up Monday morning. But very rarely is that gonna happen. So if I have a drop off for Monday, like in this instance, I had one in Spring Hill, one in St. Pete, and one in Tarpon. All 3 very different areas. So Spring Hill is a 40-minute drive north. St. Pete was actually like a 50-minute drive south. They paid a decent little fuel charge, which doesn't happen very often through the website. Usually when you get to a certain part of my service area, my booking rate drops off pretty hard, which is kind of by design. I don't want to lose the job, but I don't want to not make any money to drive for forever either. So once you get past 20 miles, it's $5 a mile. I've changed my process 100 times. It's my current process, which I like the idea of. Keeps my local area larger, and then my further distances more profitable. So miles 20 to 25, my old process would have made me a little bit more money, but currently anything 25 and over, I make substantially more on my fuel charge than I would have in the past. Working out so far. I'm still feeling it out. A lot of times when you change things up as much as I have, it's hard to get a good grasp for a little while because you have to kind of give the system enough time, not the computer system, but just the operation of my business. You gotta give it the time to work itself out and give you the information necessary to find out if it's worthwhile. That's worked out so far. I gotta keep an eye on it, see if I'm losing a lot of bookings from the farther distances too. Maybe I'll consider an adjustment if I'm losing out on a lot of those 26-mile plus jobs. But as long as I have the dumpsters moving locally, I don't need those jobs anyway. So that's always my main focus. Target the stuff that's very close by, get all the dumpsters out of the yard, and then if I'm not successful at doing that, then have those farther distance jobs filling in the blanks. So we'll keep focused on that. So those 3 jobs, very far separated. I delivered Spring Hill yesterday. I delivered St. Pete yesterday, and I delivered Tarpon this morning. So I always try my best to get stuff to people either early or first thing in the morning, which with an inventory of my size is pretty easy to do. It's very rare I have more than 3 or 4 drops any given day of the week, so I can accomplish that, relatively speaking, pretty easily. But if I have the dumpsters sitting in the yard Saturday afternoon, They're going out Monday morning. I can't dump on Sunday in my area. It just makes sense, get the process started. As long as I don't have anything that I gotta do with the family or any real important things to get done on Sunday, then I jump in the truck, I get dumpsters dropped, and now my Monday morning is super easy. Do the drop, go home, do work if I want to, go fishing if I want to, just enjoy my day.
Daddy,
Yeah.
your fish.
I will.